The war in Ukraine continues to escalate, with Russia unleashing a new wave of deadly strikes across the country. On March 8th and 9th, 2025, Russian forces targeted several regions, resulting in the tragic loss of at least 25 Ukrainian lives. These attacks, characterized by their brutality and disregard for civilian life, have left a trail of devastation and despair. The Donetsk region, already bearing the brunt of the conflict, was once again a primary target. In Kharkiv, a vital industrial hub, and Odessa, a strategic port city, Russian aggression has disrupted daily life and instilled fear in the hearts of innocent civilians. The city of Dobropillyastrike in the Donetsk region suffered a particularly devastating blow when 2 ballistic missiles struck a bustling shopping center and nearby residential buildings. The attack resulted in the horrific deaths of at least 11 civilians, including women and children. Adding to the tragedy, first responders rushing to the scene of the initial strike were targeted in a subsequent attack, highlighting the deliberate and callous nature of these Russian operations. The attack on Dobropillyastrike is a stark reminder of the human cost of this conflict, with innocent civilians caught in the crossfire of a war they did not choose. Despite the relentless onslaught, Ukraine remains defiant. Ukrainian forces have continued their drone counteroffensive, targeting strategic Russian military assets. While Russia claims to have intercepted 31 Ukrainian drones, the effectiveness of these counterattacks underscores Ukraine's determination to defend its territory and its people. The courage and resilience of the Ukrainian people are a testament to their unwavering spirit. Even in the face of overwhelming adversity, they refuse to be broken. In the Kharkiv region, a Russian drone strike on a company in Bohodukhiv claimed the lives of 3 individuals and left 7 others injured. This attack on a civilian target underscores the indiscriminate nature of Russian military operations. Similarly, the Odessa region experienced its 7th attack on its energy infrastructure in just 3 weeks, as Russian drones targeted critical civilian and energy facilities. These attacks on civilian infrastructure are a blatant attempt to cripple Ukraine's ability to function and break the spirit of its people. The recent escalation of violence in Ukraine has drawn condemnation from the international community. However, the conflict has also exposed deep divisions within the global order. The United States, a key ally of Ukraine, has paused its military aid and intelligence sharing with Kiev following a political clash between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky. This pause in support has raised concerns about the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations and its impact on Ukraine's ability to defend itself. The suspension of access to critical satellite imagery and space technology further hinders Ukraine's war efforts. Meanwhile, Poland and the European Union have expressed deep concern over the escalating violence and called for renewed international efforts to end the conflict. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk criticized what he called appeasement of Russia and urged stronger support for Ukraine. The EU, grappling with its own internal divisions, is under pressure to increase defense spending and provide further assistance to Ukraine. The conflict has exposed the EU's vulnerability and highlighted the need for a more unified and robust foreign policy. As the war in Ukraine enters its 3rd year, the path to peace remains elusive. Russia's full-scale invasion, launched in February 2022, has resulted in the deaths of thousands and displaced millions more. With Russia controlling approximately 20% of Ukrainian territory, the conflict has reached a dangerous stalemate. Upcoming talks in Saudi Arabia, led by U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, offer a glimmer of hope for a negotiated settlement. However, deep mistrust between the parties and Russia's continued aggression make a lasting ceasefire seem like a distant prospect. The war in Ukraine is not just a regional conflict, it is a global crisis. The conflict has had far-reaching consequences, disrupting global supply chains, exacerbating food insecurity, and fueling a global energy crisis. The international community must work together to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict and prevent further suffering. The future of Ukraine and the stability of the international order hang in the balance.